Hi there, my name is Carlos Saldanha, and I'm the director of Rio 2. I had a great time working with my friend Sergio Mendes to create the upbeat and awesome sounds of Rio 2. Say hi, Sergio.
Hi, Carlos. I had a lot of fun, too.
Rio 2 has the exciting rhythms of samba and bossa nova, just like the first movie. But this time, we wanted to add more cool music because Blue and his family are traveling to the Amazon. And this is what we found. Let's meet the Barbatooks. They have a cool way of making their own sounds as well, but without instruments, just by using their bodies.
Each one of them has their very own sound, but all together they can create a song and it sounds like they're using actual instruments.
Yeah, and with the cool rhythms, the Barbatooks were great for the music of the Amazon.
Well, let's take a look and listen to the colorful music creations of the Barbatookis. And I just might have a little appearance with them.
With the composer, John Powell, we went to search for what could be fresh and new for Rio 2, and Sergio organized great talent to come to see us and to show what they can do. In one of the sessions, they say, "Oh, you're looking for percussion. Why don't you look for Barbatooks?" And I never heard them before. You've never heard them before. And we were like, okay. We went to YouTube and found like a video of them, and we're all looking at it as like, oh my God, look at this. This is fresh. This is new.
We were fans of Carlos' work. We were so happy when we had a call. They could visualize the possibility of the expression of body being part or representative of Brazil.
Is the fact that they don't need instruments. Like we are dealing with nature. We're dealing with animals that live wild in the nature. And I wanted to feel that way. I didn't want them to be playing instruments. The movie's about finding their roots.
It's time to shake that city off of you. You need to learn the basics of jungle survival.
I thought Barbatook is that. Barbatook is the roots of sound.
The beginning was the idea of playing, of being happy and feeling the rhythm in the body. I have curiosity about the instruments as well, but I found out that it was very rich, this idea of built-in rhythms. And I started to develop some variation. And then, after a while, a lot of friends joined it, and we started to do improvisation. I noticed that it was very rich and can be transposed as a group.
The drum is their chest, and their voices and everything, it's so organically beautiful the way they do it.
They do like whistle sounds and like, breath sounds and breathing sounds and shaking sounds. They can find shakers out of like touching the skin or rubbing their skin, that you find this like melodic like instruments out of their bodies.
When we were invited to be part of the movie, we started thinking in Brazil, maybe if we can bring some ideas, and we developed some musical themes, but we didn't know if it would work or not.
Canta, meu povo, canta com muita alegria, que essa folia não tem hora pra acabar. Cheguei, meu povo, pra cantar com alegria. Cheguei pra comemorar. Você chegou pra alegrar o dia. Você chegou pra nos trazer alegria. Nós somos como tu, somos.
I immediately went to the scene that I thought would be the representation of their work, which would be when the birds find the other blue macaws.
My daughter has returned!
So it's a reunion song. It's a moment of rejoice, a moment of all the family, all the birds coming together and celebrating. They become now the voice of the forest.
Now can we stop yakking and start partying?
Let's come together, singing love and harmony.
They not only bring the percussive elements in their bodies, but their vocals. You know, the girls' vocals are so pure.
It's a dream to work with these people, with Carlos, with Sergio, with John Powell. We were treated in a very kind of way to let us free for the creativity.
Being with Sergio is completely amazing also because he is a very important musician for Brazilian music. Doing something together, it's incredible for us.
They're just a perfect combination, vocal and percussion together.
People will not be able to stop tapping their feet and jam into the vibe that they come up with. You know what, Sergio? I got an idea. We should let the Barbatuques teach the audience at home how to use their bodies to play music.
Do you want to learn? Let's do it together. Gonna show you the sound of the mouth. Take care. Do a O, and very gently, you touch your fingers on your lips, like this, for example. And a third note. And without stop. You got it? Keep doing.
So guys, what I'm doing is just clap and stomp. So first of all, let's stomp on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then put a clap. Let's do with 2 stomps. Now you can compose your phrase.
Now, do you want to learn some samba? It's not that easy. We're gonna start with 2 chests. Dum, 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 dum. And now, 2 snaps. Goes. Dum, 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 dum. And you can create your own rhythms also.
Okay, let's play together. We're gonna use 2 kinds of claps. This one and this one, the star clap. It's easy, isn't it? Just look. Okay, now play with me. Now we're gonna do a shake. More quickly.
Now let's talk about Carlinhos Brown. For the first Rio, we found amazing percussion sounds of Carlinhos Brown. We brought him back this time, of course. We couldn't do this movie without him. And then we got bigger, better, faster, and new exciting beats that I never heard of, and it's so amazing.
Well, Carlinhos is such an amazing musician, and he can play so many different instruments like surdo, conga, tabaque, just to name a few. Carlinhos also invented his own instrument called the cachirola.
So let's watch Carlinhos Brown jam. Carlinhos Brown has a special gift as a musician, like he's unique. The sounds that he creates, the sense of rhythm, and the way that his joy and energy, it's so infectious. Once we worked with him in the first movie and he was so key to the creation of the music with Sergio Mendes and our composer, John Powell, we felt that, you know, there's no Rio 2 without Carlinhos Brown. He's one of the only person I know that could think of all these different rhythms and have it all in his head and make up new ones on the fly. Carlinhos and Sergio go a long way back. So when I started to think about Rio 1, and I mentioned to Sergio that I wanted to do percussions and sounds, and the first name that came up was like, you gotta bring Carlinhos Brown. To see the two of them working together, it's like it's one helps the other, and they keep like the magic they can create together is incredible. It's two different styles of music and way of playing and way of thinking musically, but when they come together, it just all becomes one. The way that Carlinhos works, like he's very rhythmic and very musical, and he is so creative and so fast. You know, when he has an idea, like he just starts drumming everything. He starts to, you know, hit with the hands and making sounds because he needs to get an idea out. He's always humming something, he's always singing something, he's always tapping into something. I could only imagine how his brains work, because I'm sure there's a lot of percussion instruments like inside his head, because he's always thinking about music. Once we get that worked out, we try to make sure that that starts to feel like a music or a sound that we can record or we can use it for the movie. He has to record each of those percussion sounds and vocals in separate tracks. That's how the music gets shaped, you know, with the help of like John Powell and Sergio Mendes. We start to build like each block that will make the whole sound, the whole music. We keep feeding him with those sound bits for him to hear himself and just add to it. Sometimes like he is the only instrument, but he plays so many different instruments that he becomes an orchestra by himself.
Nada de sofrer, nada de chorar. Hoje a vida dá pra celebrar. Amanhã pra continuar. Seu amor sou eu.
There's no way you can lose him in a crowd because you're always going to see him because he will stand out. He's just really one of those special people that you always want to be around with. He always gives you motivation just to be happy. So let's talk about Wakti. Sergio, you've known Wakti for a long time. Can you talk a little bit about what makes them so unique?
Sure, Carlos, I have been a huge fan of Cockatoo for years. Cockatoo make their own instruments to make cool sounds. They use PVC pipe, plastic, and different metals to make percussion and other instruments.
When we talked about Rio 2, Carlos and myself and John about bringing Cockatoo to be part of the soundtrack because they're so unique and great musicians.
It was a very nice and pleasant 3 days trying to create this atmosphere of Amazon ambience, environment. Birds, sounds of the water, sounds of animals, the jungle. The result could be very, very important to the film, and I think that for us it's a big honor to be participating on that.
Show us what you got. I'm loving this sound. Boom, that's it. You in.
You're no Eva, but you're awesome.
This is one of the lowest instruments we have. This is the grand pan. We call pan because of the Greek flute. This is a marimba, but it's a glass marimba. It's a regular glass of window. It's a very sustained sound, very clear, very pure. Yeah? This is the aqualung. The aqualung was the sound between two levels. When we fill a bottle, the difference of size of air in this tube make the difference of the sound. Yeah? This is the tower. It's an 11 string tuned in different pitches and played with the bow, the broken bow, and another performer turns it around. The invitation was a very good opportunity of being together of so nice people, John Powell, Carlos Saldanha, Sergio. So for us it's a big moment to be here.
I hope you have enjoyed the many different sounds of Rio 2 as much as we have. Maybe you guys at home can even make a little music of your own. After all you need is your body, your imagination, and the results will be fun. Part of the excitement that I have about making Rio 2 is the fact that I can bring all our beloved characters back. But I'm very excited about the music, and I think a lot of it has to do with the talent that we have.
Hit it! The music in Rio is based on traditional Brazilian music. So you have like samba and some bossa nova. It's the chord progression and the voicing of the chords that make it authentic. And then the drums and the percussion.
Welcome to Rio!
The music is so good. The makers of the film really set a high bar for themselves with the music from the first one. But they've blown the sky open with this.
Listen to me.
We started with a lot of music, color, dance, and fun. We want to make music a huge part of that opening number and bringing all the characters back, having them all perform in this big New Year's bash.
When I was writing the lyrics, the thing that was coming to me was just how when you're having these experiences, you think about what would it be like if you couldn't share those experiences with the people that you love? You know, what is love if it's not with you?
Break it down, Blue.
Me? What's a song if you can't hear it too?
The story of Jewel and Blue is one that I just truly love, and they love each other, and love just kept coming up in my mind.
When I did my recording of the songs, I overlapped with Jamie and Janelle by a little bit, so I just got to spend time with them.
Janelle Monáe and Ann have that sort of cross-pollination of great actors and actresses and musicians together. That chemistry, you know, when people get on the set and it clicks, that's what I call the intangibles of a film, where you may not be able to see their faces physically, but you feel their presence.
Red, blue, green, yellow, yellow. Purple. Sometimes I go online and I Google Rio 2, and it comes up with the press release and things that came out, and I see my name with the names of Bruno Mars and Jamie Foxx and Christian Chenoweth, will.i.am. I would have never in a million years thought my name would be anywhere where those people are, because to me, they're all role models, and I've always looked up to them.
Beating like it's heartbeat, playing rhythms with go-to.
To be on a couple songs with my idols is really unbelievable.
Wait, you guys are coming?
We wouldn't miss it for the world. We're gonna scout the wildest, coolest talent in the jungle.
It's our inspiration for this year's Carnival show, Amazon Untamed.
We have Nico with Jamie Foxx, and we have Pedro with will.i.am. And they bring a lot of great music to the movie.
Pedro's like a music head. He's like a music bird. He doesn't have the traditional sensibility of music when it comes to samba and bossa nova. He's more new school. This is popping. It's popping in the Amazon.
These guys grew up together and still growing together, but the one thing that brings them together is music. You know, they love music.
I am inspired.
I have so much fun doing Pedro's voice. It's on in the Amazon. He's fast thinking, real witty. We have a lot in common when it comes to that. Let's back it up. Beep, 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 beep.
It's a macaw.
One thing that's great about animation is to be able to hear someone's voice and recognize, you know, so the minute you hear Bruno Mars singing, boom, immediately that takes the movie to another level.
My father's a Latin percussionist, so I grew up studying a lot of different kinds of samba and different kind of percussion patterns. So, of course, when they gave me a call for this, I had to take a shot.
Can you feel what I feel? The day is coming last. Our precious jewel has returned. I'll be the first to say welcome back.
Today, in the pit of doom, high noon, oh, I'll make some room. Sweep you up like a broom.
My name is Felipe, and he is the leader of the Red Macaws.
Roberto. Felipe.
And he's tough. He's a lot like myself. You know, nobody messes with me.
He's a method actor, this one.
Yeah.
Oh, oops, sorry.
Before I had an opportunity to be a part of this movie, I was a huge fan of the original production. In a very cool way, they can capture the vibe of Brazil and the Amazon, but still kind of keep it up to date. When we were approached to do it now, we just kind of wanted to keep the authenticity of it, you know, to keep the drums live, and I knew it was gonna be a lot of fun trying to tackle that. And by the end of it, we've got this great song.
Our favorite villain, Nigel, is back, full force with a lot of music fun as well.
We attack at the midnight hour
because it's more evil.
Being back doing it again has been great because I feel like I've learnt how to act a little bit in between the first one and the second one. And my acting, it's pretty amazing on this one.
The croaking cockatoo doth bellow for revenge.
That's Shakespeare, by the way.
Without your performance, it's nothing.
Kristen Chenoweth is a new addition to the cast. She's an amazing singer, and she makes a romantic pair with Nigel in the story. And it's a funny, beautiful character, and her voice contrasts so beautifully with Jermaine.
Nigel's hench person, no, not even person, hench frog, female, hench female frog is a poisonous dart frog by the name of Gabby.
Oh! I'm free! Poison frog!
Who's deeply in love with Nigel, understandably. His voice is very attractive.
Oh, he is so hot.
Gabby does sing, and apparently she has an amazing voice, which is so great for me. She has a wonderful song about her love. It's rather poisonous.
Poisonous love.
Oh, that's my specialty.
So the song reflects the love that she has, which is poisonous love.
Can't you see? Oh, we were destined to be for real. Poisonous love.
She's got a wonderful voice, not a froggy voice at all.
Let's just say Nigel's not a singer.
I was blown away by hearing myself. I couldn't believe it. I was like, where is this coming from? And I'd listen. It's coming from here.
The jungle's like a breeze, it's a wonder. Now get out your tutu in case someone wants you to dance.
The fast rapping is a combination of things. A lot of coffee. Ugh. No, I'm kidding. It's easier if it's memorized, but I can read it off of a cue card. There were a lot of lines in the movie that we were ad-libbing also. I'm not a freestyle rapper by any means, so even Carlos was going over the thing like, hey, do this and say da-da-da and stutter on this. So it was a lot of ad-libbing and improvising.
Birds about to rumble, gotta make it humble. This is how we do it in the Amazon jungle.
Nice to meet you, sir.
There is no sir around here, young lady. You will call me Pop Pop.
Brazilian music is a very joyful and infectious sound, you know, and rhythm. And I think the movie is taking advantage of that as a driving force.
Everyone, come on!
Andy Garcia is killing this. It's unbelievable.
Pop Pop, I am the Pop Pop. I am the I am the Pop Pop. I am the Pop Pop.
To come in and do work with Andy Garcia was really special, and I think we both had fun and had a good time working on that scene.
Amazon jungle or bust, baby.
Who is ready for a tropical adventure?
Having kids really makes you understand how impactful these movies are. It's cool daddy points, you know, when your daughter can say, my daddy's in Rio.
The music is really amazing. You're always gonna end up dancing in the end.
It's a fun process to see it coming together.
Take a look and take a chance. Take a moment and you will understand it's a jungle out here. Oh, it's a jungle out here.
Prepare the tangapult. Make me fly again. The croaking cockatoo doth bellow for revenge.
Go get him, Tiger!
So, Carlos, why don't you tell us what it's like to work at Blue Sky?
Well, instead of talking about it, why don't I just show you around? Whoa! Traffic. So we spend a lot of time drawing, like doodling, and like have a lot of fun stuff. Most of this stuff is like ourselves. We drew a lot of caricature. So it's a good way to get warmed up.
Hey, Carlos.
So let me introduce you guys to Luis. He's one of our top animators, and he was the character lead on Nigel. and he's gonna show you some cool stuff. Take it away.
I was character lead for Nigel like in Rio 1 as well, so finding him again in Rio 2 was like meeting an old friend. The only difference is this time he had a much more prominent role. He had a vengeance.
We aren't here to snack. We are here to avenge.
Jermaine, for me, he's the soul of the character. His voice is so unique, and the way he talks and speaks, just when he's speaking, is so fun already.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
His range is perfect for the character.
Fair point. It's a little smoother than my regular voice. This isn't my regular voice that I'm using now. This is my voice usually. But this is my voice for camera. And this is my voice for Nigel. There's three different voices I use.
Death, Gabby. It's about death.
I have a child. He's 4. I told him that I was the voice of Nigel the other day and he didn't believe me.
Okay, so let's meet some of the guys who worked on Amazon Untamed.
Let's get started.
Show us what you got.
There's a lot of talent in the jungle, and I think everybody wants to be a part of it.
It's like American Idol in Amazon.
Next.
Well, that's a good question. Who would have the best chance? I like the bird who broke his leg. That was pretty good. He went all the way for that performance.
Hi, my name is Clara, the capybara, and I will be singing my favorite song.
I think Clara may be the ranked #1 cutest creature in all of the Amazon. Despite being swallowed whole by a panther, she's still determined to get through her song. It's like a toss-up between Clara, the capybara, and whatever that little bird playing the alligator teeth was.
Whoa!
He was doing a good job until the alligator crushed him.
Oh, that would be easy. Capybara. They're the best dancer ever.
Tell me when to go.
Capybara are pretty much like giant guinea pigs, and they are the best hip-hop dancer in the Amazon jungle. They're so good, they might be the next hit boy band.
We still have Eva. What?
They say love is blind, and apparently it's deaf, too.
You won't find it anywhere else.
She's not aware of how awful she sounds, almost as if she's singing in the shower all the time.
That was amazing! Oh no! No one steals my scene!
I think Nigel is definitely the best candidate. He's appealing, he's charismatic, his song is fantastic.
Watch what I can do without no auto-tune!
Say what? Oh, no, he didn't.
Nigel is still evil, but he really wants to get back to acting.
We're looking for a new star.
Star?
So sometimes that can distract his focus on evil doing.
Where is my glitter?
Sorry.
I don't want apologies. I want glitter.
Nigel is, he's a villain, but at his core, he's a performer.
My audience awaits.
Because of that, whenever he has an opportunity to go on the stage, that's when he kind of comes to life.
He's got swag. If you want to bring out that cool swagger in his performance and everything, you're gonna need animators who also have a little bit of that.
The first thing we did is a bunch of animators got together in a room and we shot some reference. Everybody had different takes on how this part of the song could be played or that part of the song could be played.
To be in this business, you're kind of a ham at heart anyway. You kind of like to have fun.
My favorite part would be shooting the reference for this dance moves with my coworkers. First, we shoot it in the real speed, and then we speed up and we talk about it and we reshoot it again and try to get it as close as we can.
The dancing moves that I did were inspired by 90s hip-hop dancing from like a lot of the old hip-hop videos that I used to grow up watching. So anytime you see Nigel doing some kind of, I don't want to do it here, but, you know, jumping up and down, came from me.
Each sequence would come up and we would kind of brainstorm ideas. And it was a lot of fun. I don't have any training as a dancer, but I always have liked dancing. In high school, I danced in front of the mirror.
What a nightmare.
Making these movies take a lot of work. It's a huge team effort. You know, you cannot make a movie by yourself. You were just one of the pieces of the puzzle. When I think of Blue Sky, I think of family.
Yes, thank you. I've been Bob the Bird.